Thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Vela, founder and CEO of World Champion Fantasy, the home of PlayerX. But before we get into what PlayerX is, I'd like to introduce Juju Smith-Schuster again, everybody. Super Bowl champion, CEO of Team Diverge, and now lucky number 7 for the New England Patriots.
Honestly, I just want to say it's an honor to be here today. This is honestly amazing. Shout out to Collision, shout out to Toronto for having me. I've never done anything like this before, so give me some help if I need it. But usually I'm playing in front of millions and millions of people with the helmet on. But today I will be speaking to you guys about PlayerX and why we're here today and why we're sharing our project with you guys and our journey, basically.
Yes, we're very blessed and grateful to be here on this journey. It started about 4 years ago. We'll get into a little bit more about that in a minute. But we just wanted to thank the Collision Conference and the Web Summit for having us out. Shout out to Charles and Jessica who've really rolled out the red carpet for us. I know they're out there somewhere. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all that the City of Toronto has done for this event. We're very excited to be here to present PlayerX to you for the very first time outside of the United States. PlayerX came to me in a dream back in 2019. I woke up from the dream in the middle of the night, and I said, why hasn't anybody created a fantasy sports app that plays like an Xbox game? Why is fantasy sports so boring? Why do you have to leave your fantasy spreadsheet, because that's all what it is, and go and look at the highlights, look at the players, look at the game? Why hasn't somebody integrated that together? Having 20 plus years of big business IT integration, I knew I had the tech chops to pull off the next generation of fantasy esports platform called PlayerX. Now, Juju came to the team about a year and change ago after I became friends with a really great guy named Kurt Benkert. Kurt Benkert is also an NFL athlete and also what I call a two-sport athlete. He's also a professional esport player too, very similar to what Juju does. Pro athlete by day in the NFL, night esport athlete, video game competitor at night. These professional players are out there, and what makes them very important is the younger audiences today identify with them, very similar to when I was a kid raised outside of Chicago. I identified with Michael Jordan and Walter Payton. Those are my heroes. Now, the kids have these esport players, these gamers. Those are their heroes.
So, Mike, I met this guy through Kurt, and Kurt, one of my really good teammates, friends, played video games my whole life since I was 4 years old, played football since I was 4. This project is near and dear to me because I can see both sides. You know, being a professional athlete, being a gamer too as well. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about PlayerX. Mike, let's get into it, baby. Let's keep this going, baby.
That sounds good. So PlayerX is a brand new video game technology, live video stream technology built into fantasy sports. Esports in the world is a global phenomenon. It will eclipse all other sports combined eventually. Word is there's 700 million kids, Gen Zs, Gen Alphas out there watching it, playing it, consuming it, but they don't have a place to go to play this. We've developed a non-gambling, kid family-friendly version of fantasy esports.
Whoa. You said kid-friendly?
I did.
And it said non-gambling.
Non-gambling.
Because us professional athletes, we can't gamble in fantasy, so it goes hand in hand, basically.
Absolutely. So having a non-gambling platform, we've been able to partner with so many companies and people. One of them, obviously, Juju Smith-Schuster. He can't partner with a gambling institution, right? We're not going to be associated with that. What's really cool about the platform is it's controlled content. Only esports and sports content will be available on our platform. You won't see hot tub streams, kitten videos, or cooking shows. Only esports and sports only.
So, as you guys all know, PlayerX brings fans closer to esports, pros, content influencers, being able to stay closer to esports live and video. One of the really cool things is that you get instant replays of your favorite athlete, your favorite team, directly to your phone or your device, which is really, really cool.
That's right. Being close to these fans or what, the esport athletes are what the fans want. We're building an immersive experience for everybody to enjoy esports. You'll be able to click on the player and it will take you directly to their live stream. If you have a phone or device where you're watching a player or you've picked a team, you'll be automatically notified when that highlight or that player scores or that team scores. We're building an entire environment that's all automated using AI and the best cutting edge technology. You see, fantasy sports has come a long way, but it hasn't come into the new generation of technology. We always talk about this. Everybody here remember going into a casino approximately 15, 20 years ago. What did you see? You saw a mechanical arm pulling a mechanical gear, giving a mechanical result. Now what do you see when you walk into a casino and the slot machines? Everything is digitized. It's gamified. There's sound, there's lights, there's celebration moments. That's what we're going to be bringing to fantasy sports with the PlayerX platform.
But not only that too, we will also want to go global. I think one of the biggest things is that not just being here in our country, but to be everywhere. South America, Asia, Europe, Canada, all over the world, which is really cool to have in-person tournaments, but to also have all esports fantasy tournaments for all of us to enjoy.
That's correct. We're going to host a lot of tournaments. Some of those tournaments are going to start this fall. We're really building an immersive experience not only for the users and the fans, but also for the esport athletes in general. We're bridging the gap between professional athletes in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and esport athletes, combining with content influencers and partnering them with an invitational tournament, which will take place this fall.
And with all this going on in all the tournaments, fans can engage. It's all about the fans. Like, fans, they want to play with me. I want to play with the fans. And that's what it's all about, is giving them, that real engagement, with myself. I think a lot of times people get to see us stream and not engage with us. And with PlayerX, you're able to do that. And with all that being said, I think we should get into our partnerships.
That's right. So we've built a lot of partnerships in the last 3 years. One of the major partnerships that we built, as you can see behind us, is our partnership tunnel that we've engaged for everybody here. One of the major partnerships that we have is with Verizon Wireless. Verizon also cannot partner with any gambling institution that exists. So clearly having a non-gambling, kid family-friendly version of fantasy was something Verizon was really looking to partner with. That's why they're one of our key partnerships.
Verizon tech stack has integration over 100 million gamers.
What? Wait, what?
Yes, I said that right. 100 million gamer users on their platform that we have partnered with.
That's right. 100 million gamers in the ecosystem at Verizon Wireless. Our application is going to be loaded on all their phones and devices in the future. So it will come prepackaged from all the Verizon stores so kids can enjoy a clean way to play fantasy and engage with their esports and their esports players.
Another great thing about partnering with Verizon, we're able to have tournaments, to do giveaways, to do prizes, which is great. And I'm obviously at Verizon, like, they're giving out the best gifts, so why not join, participate.
Our other partnership is with Domo. Domo is our data science environment. We've installed Domo in our environment on our back end. They've been housing all the data from our 2 sports that we're going live with. Our 2 sports that we're going live with this year are CS2, which is commonly referred to as CSGO, and Valorant. We're already bridging a gap with a partnership with Riot Games. We intend to onboard League of Legends next year, along with Call of Duty.
Domo also has, the biggest thing is data, right? I think what Domo offers is the data of science environment, collecting massive real-time moments on all esports games, which is awesome. You're talking about planting a bomb, you're talking about kill-death ratios, you're talking about getting an ace, or even clutching that play that you didn't think you can do, and you did it. And Domo's data is able to capture all that in real time.
That's correct. What we found is all this data is being dispersed everywhere around the internet. It's not all in one place. Not only are we going to gather all the data and statistics in one place, but we're giving a gameplay on top of it and a streaming solution to boot with the product.
Domo also helps with projection of data for esports events, being able to collect data and give it back to us, and that right now is not being done, but with the help of Domo, they're providing that with us.
That's correct. So we're going to be doing a lot of projections that aren't being done right now inside the Domo environment. They've also helped us build the PlayerX portal, the streaming portal, which will premiere for you guys right now in a little bit. We'll show you how we're delivering a new solution to streaming and streaming with esports and fantasy taken in consideration.
Domo also has this brand new content. It's called PlayerX Rating. More of it, it's basically you take the player's rating from his history to now, and you put it all together, and it calculates his overall rating. For an example, you take a guy like Patrick Mahomes, a sports player, his passing, his accuracy, his skills, his agility. You take all his skills and you put it in one, and his overall is 99. For an example, you take a pro gamer, you take his kill-death ratios, his points, the guns that he's using, you take it all into calculation, and his overall is 86. Now you can not only see your overall, what we call it the raw overall, but you can also compare yourself to your favorite pro gamer or pro streamer.
And that's not being done in esports right now at all either. I want to touch on another partnership that we have here, and that's Edgio. Edgio is doing our full streaming device. They're setting up an AI environment to automatically assign tournaments and data. We no longer have to have somebody at the keyboard and monitor looking and waiting for tournaments to start, looking and waiting for games to start. We're automatically bringing those games and the data to the user experience.
Edgio's cutting-edge technology, streaming solution provider. Obviously, it's developing an AI that can process all this right then and there. All your favorite games on Edgio, it pretty much will be provided live updates. I think one of the biggest things we talked about is it like 8 seconds delay before it goes directly to your device?
That's correct. We're getting a global exclusivity agreement with multiple developments, multiple companies, multiple gaming houses, where we only have an 8-second delay to the regular transmission of the broadcast of these games. We're able to separate those games away to eventually, in version 2, change it to that player's perspective, but more on that later. We'll get to that in a second.
Another great thing about Edgio, for you guys to know, a lot of you guys all watch SportsCenter, ESPN, you guys see like the highlights, the updates. There's not one platform out there that has highlights and updates for gaming, right? So if you look at PlayerX as the ESPN for highlights and gaming, which is really cool. You get live updates, you see top 10 for obviously all the top plays that's going on with events, whatever it may be, but think about PlayerX being the ESPN for gaming.
That's right. Last partnership we want to talk about before we get into demo is with Grid. Grid is an esport video data service provider. They're one of the best in the world. They're from Germany, and we have an exclusive global agreement with them for a non-gambling, kid, family-friendly version. So our library is going to continue to grow. Our goal, company goal, is to onboard 20 unique esports in 5 years.
Grid is the world leader in esports data and video, supplying US with global exclusivity for PlayerX Platform. Also, too, that Grid is adding more titles and just adding more for us and PlayerX to work together, so which is awesome. So you guys get the full experience of the whole global, like we said. We're trying to go worldwide, baby, worldwide.
That's correct. Our first initiative to go worldwide is expand to Asia Pacific, then Europe, UK, and then after that, Latin America. That initiative should be done by 2025. We've filed our patents around the world, and we've already received some patents by the USPTO protecting the design. And we're going to be filing more patents for the utility design of some of the things you're going to see here in just a moment. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to cue up what you're about to see here. Behind us, you'll see the video demonstration of our fantasy platform. It's very unique. The UI, UX is very clean. It's very new. What fantasy has done right now is it's stuck in the Stone Ages in technology. Here's a brand new look at what the future of fantasy sports is in new technology. Be able to select your icon, the PlayerX platform.
As you can see right here, we have the Join Global competition. You have games like Valorant, CSGO, CS2, Call of Duty, and many more to be added along the way.
That's right. You'll be able to watch live matches from directly to your device or phone if you have that player or team. No one's connected the live athletic performance to an application yet. You have to go somewhere else and find that. But with our platform, you'll be able to do both, compete and watch.
Now, not only do you get to compete and watch, but you also get to also follow on real-time stats, follow your schedule, follow your team, follow your player, tab it as your favorite. And like I said, if you're busy, if you're out, you're cooking, a lot of times I'm actually, getting ready for an NFL game, and I can't watch my favorite streamer, but I can always go back, and that provides all that too as well.
That's right. You'll be able to follow along with live stats, as you see here. You know what map they're using, you know what agent they're using, you know what session they're in, what round they're in, what their favorite gear or gun is. All these things are being dispersed in so many different websites. We're bringing all of them to one platform, and that's the PlayerX Platform.
Nice. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm just so excited to be here and to share this project with you guys. Like we've been working on this, and then the fact that I'm here speaking in front of you guys is really just awesome. But as you guys can see, you can compete and you can join fantasy leagues, which is cool. Like I said, it is kid friendly. Your kid can be on there. He can play video games against me, and we can compete on the same team, which is awesome. And then you just keep adding on.
We'll be keeping the kids engaged with prizes and giveaways. Again, it's no pay to play, no cash. The kids will be able to enjoy their favorite pro players and their favorite pro teams with a brand new Xbox competing for, an iPhone, anything like that we're going to be giving away prizes for the kids, sponsored by Verizon Wireless.
And what's really cool is that us athletes, professional athletes, we can't compete in any fantasy league because our minimum bet to win is $250. And if you are suspended for the whole year. So, like I said, this is kid-friendly, it's non-gambling, you're able to join, you're able to play, whether you're a professional athlete, whether you guys here sitting in a chair, you guys are all more welcome to play, and it just keeps going on.
That's right, you'll be able to track your stats. Every tournament, you're able to pick a new team, a fresh team to start off with in your leagues. So you can see here, some of the UI, UX, breaks down the maps that the teams are playing, the gear, the guns, video on demand. Full statistics are being projected from the esports tournaments all over the world.
Yeah, so for the most part, as you can see right here, you have, basically you follow your team in real time. So it's live updates, straight to your phone, straight to your device. As you can see, Mimi, she moved up in the rankings because she's playing, she's gaming, she's on the app, she's using it. And eventually, you pass a certain level where you can do all your matchups and, you compete against your friends. So it's basically like my league versus Mike's league. We're competing, we're going back and forth, but we're also, getting into games too, man.
That's right. So next, we're going to show you the PlayerX streaming portal. We are getting ready to launch our beta application. After this is over, there will be a QR code at the end and a website to go to sign up for our beta release, which we're going to be giving access to next month. It's a very unique offering that I think everybody here is really going to enjoy. But what I want to make sure everybody understands is this is where we're going live in a very short amount of time, within days. We spent a year and a half developing the brand new PlayerX streaming portal. This is a unique offering.
Everything starts somewhere. With an idea. A problem to solve. A spark. But that's all history. What really matters is what you do next. Your new official home of fantasy esports. Come to playerx.gg and sign up today.
With the streaming solutions that exist right now, we know all the big ones that are out there. No one has offered a data component that is matched in sync with the video of your event that you're watching. It's only video and chat. We've created a data component that's interactable, customizable, and viewable for the user during gameplay. As you see here on the left-hand side, we have our data gutter. It's our action feed. That action feed is storing each individual play that is going on in that game. What makes this unique in this offering is those moments in time are matched to the video. You no longer have to scroll through hours, minutes, time to get to the video. You just have to press it and it'll go right to that moment in time.
As you guys can see right here, you have real-time scoreboard to your left. Like you said, your little action feed. You can see everyone's rankings, everyone's stats that's going on while the live feed is going on. A lot of times, even for myself as a gamer, like it's hard to see what's going on in the match. And people want to know right then and there. Instead of having to start from the beginning or go to the end and wait until each round is done, it's pretty much right there in front of you, which is really cool.
You can always go to full screen mode, just open it up, look at just the actual video, the event itself. But then we said, how do we integrate that scoreboard feature in it? More on that in a little bit, but what we're doing here, you can always have a searchable criteria on that data action feed. This is not being done in esports. You can't find a player, a round, and a game where you can search for the individual play. We're able to set up the data so you can search for that individual play from that individual player, being able to select it and go to that moment in time.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things too to take away from this is that when you are, when these companies are hosting these events and they're moving from player to player, but you don't want to leave your favorite player. You want to stay on your favorite player, or you want to go back and watch certain highlights for your favorite player. Like you said, round. It's so specific that it's really, really cool for someone like me. Right here, as you guys can see, we have the scoreboard overlay, so we can change it, the contrast, where you can watch the game and show the stats at the same time as you enjoy the game. And like I said, like every time you click on someone's name, their stats and everything will be on the bottom of each player.
That's correct. That scoreboard overlay has always been around for video game, but has never been adapted to the viewing experience. But that's not the best part of the PlayerX streaming portal. This is the best part of the PlayerX streaming portal. The player selection tool. On the bottom, you're able to select a player that's playing in that game, isolating their score on the bottom. In the future, you'll be able to select that player in the game, and it will go to that player's perspective, his monitor. You'll be able to see it from his point of view. We hope everybody enjoyed this quick demo of the PlayerX platform, the streaming portal, and the fantasy solution. Please come out right now, sign up for a beta release. We're going to be giving beta releases starting next week. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.